Good morning. That's good morning, y'all. Yous, guys, gals, all everybody. Well, it's finally hit about 31 degrees, and we woke up this morning to 3 degrees. I think the wind chill was like 5 below, according to my little thing in there. And here it is, like noon, and it's finally hitting 31. So the ice is actually, with the sun, the ice is starting to get a little water on top of it. But I've got to get out here and get this thing washed. I just can't tolerate the mud sitting on it, and it's been the fact that it's been sitting in that mud for a few days. That's really it's not good for the machine. So I thought, well, let me get the pressure washer out and just tolerate the cold and get what I got to get done. You know, that's part of being a homesteader, I reckon, and part of being a machine owner. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So I thought maybe y'all might want to come along and let me get this thing washed, and then we'll get some grease put in her, and I'll show you how to do some of these where some of these hidden grease fittings are, which a lot of people don't know about these John Deeres. I've been watching videos the last couple of days. If there are any just not really watching videos, but just trying to see if there's any videos out there about some of the hidden things on, or hidden grease fittings on these machines. And a lot of people, there's no videos out there on some of these hidden fittings. So I'm going to be showing you some of that today, and hopefully we'll get the video out today. We'll see. Like I said, just because of the extreme cold this morning, this is our last day of the extreme cold, so it should be warming up the rest of the week. So hopefully I'll be able to get a lot more done around here. Unfortunately, everything's going to be thawing out and getting sloppy again, but it is what it is. So we're going to get going. So I'll bring you back here in just a few minutes, and we're going to hook up this little, in fact, you know what, I'm not even going to bring you back here. I'm just going to walk you over here and show you. You've seen the little pressure washer yesterday, and for those of you that have wondered about these little pressure washers, I got to tell you, they hold their own. You know, for a little bitty machine like this, they actually do a pretty good job at what they're, you know, for their size. So it impressed me quite a bit. I really didn't think that this thing would hold up as well as it has. And surprisingly enough, it didn't freeze last night. So, or this morning, should I say? But it sure doing it. Sure doing. Sorry about all those bad views there. But this little machine right here. So, and you can pick these up. This is 1600 psi. You can pick these up pretty cheap. You know, they come with a little wand, extra long cord, and they will get a lot of this mud off of this thing. Like, look at how thick that mud is on there, yo. So we're gonna get to washing some of this off and probably make a big old mess out here, which is just par for the course. So I'm gonna set you up here so you can see, watch how thick this mud is and how much is coming off. Look at all the mud down in the tire. Isn't that crazy? So we got to get a lot of that out of there, get this stuff cleaned up. So hopefully I can get you a good enough view here that you can be able to see it come out of there and see how well this machine does. All right, we'll see you in a minute. Hey, well, I'm going to show y'all some of this. I'm not going to be able to show y'all every bit of this washing. So I'm not sure if this video is going to come out today or not, just because this mud is so hard and so frozen that it's really being impossible. I mean, let me show you. This is from where it was buried in the mud. This is in between the tires down here. And the mud is, like I said, been washing on this for a little while. So this mud is just incredibly thick and hard. So it is going to take me most of the day to do this. So I am going to have a lot to do. Like, I'm going to have to be sticking sticks and everything else up in here, and having to do a lot of extra to try and get this out of here. So I just don't see me getting a video out to you today with all of this washing. But I am going to get up underneath here and show you some of it, and see if we can't get Oops. And see if we can't get some of this done. As you can see, like, you can see how thick the mud is right there in the wheels. And same thing on this side over here. Like, it is just incredibly thick, y'all. Look at that. This is all up inside the wheel there. So again, it's going to take me a bit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you some of the washing, and then we're going to do some other things. So I did want to show you this also. One of you awesome subscribers hooked us up with a load of firewood so that we ain't going to freeze anymore. Because I tell you what, that 5 below, or it was actually 3 degrees, but the wind chill was about 5 below this morning, and we could not get warm for nothing. Like the barn, we could only get it up to about 48, and that was a little too much. You know, when you're having to put your insulated overalls on and everything else just to sit and have breakfast, that was a little too much. So it is what it is. Spring is coming. We're going to keep being positive and keep moving forward, and then we can start getting to some other projects here soon. So in the meantime, we're going to get the big beast cleaned up here, and big Bertha. A lot of you have been affectionately referring to her as BB, so that might be the initials on the windows here soon, is BB. And we'll go from there. So again, I'm gonna set y'all up here and show you just how hard this is to wash out of here, even with this pressure washer. I mean, this is 1600 psi, and it's fairly strong, but you know, I don't want to put the big pressure washer on it. One is going to get me soaked to the bone, because that thing will spray hard, and all that stuff will just come back at you, and I don't want to make even more of a mess than I have to out here. Its volume of water is a lot higher as well, so I'm trying to keep the mud down to a minimum as well. So even if it takes me a little while, I don't mind doing that. I mean, I do have a little bit of time right now. Really can't get off into any of this mud right now, so I'm going to try and keep her out of the mud best I can. And then we're probably going to be working on the shop tomorrow, because it's going to be a little bit warmer. So in the meantime, I'll see y'all soon. reason I keep jumping around is that I'm finding out we gotta spray it down for a few seconds, and then you gotta let that water soak in, so it'll loosen it up, and then come back to it. So that's what I'm doing, is going around just trying to loosen it up. Like I'm feeling, get the water in it, and let it spray it for a second, and then get after it some more. Alright, let me get in here and show you a little about what we got going on here. Uh-oh. Looks like I might have blown the seal on the pressure washer here. But y'all, look at some of this mud up in here. I've been getting it out slowly but surely. But it's, let's see how bad the underside is here. Not as bad as I expected. So that's a good sign. Still got some falling off up underneath there. But for the most part, not real bad. Not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. So got a little up there in the suspension, right up in there. So we'll get in there and get her out. Got to take a little break and figure out what happened here. Alright, so I'll bring you back here in a minute. Well, it looks like the wand to the pressure washer finally had enough. So it blew it apart. It had already been leaking a little bit, and I just kind of let it go. I mean, it is pretty old. That's why it was given to me. And so I guess I'm gonna have to go out here and see if I can't dig out my wand to my other pressure washer and see if I can make it work with this hose, or just dig out the gas powered pressure washer and go to town with it and just deal with the mess. But I got quite a bit of it right now, but I'm frozen, my hands are numb, and my face is getting pretty close to there. So I think I'm gonna call this the end of this video for today, and take some time out, round up some stuff, and I'm also going to turn these tires around. Like here, you know what, I think I'm going to see if I can't see this mud down in here. See if we can't show you a little trick of learning back in the war, see, about getting that mud out of there. See if we can do it. See if I can get it on camera. That might be a little challenging to do, but let's try it anyway. All right. Now if we can high step up in here. Oh, gotta go to the other side. That beeper is buried in there. Well, I thought maybe moving the wheels would help. That ain't working. Well, I finally found my other handle. So now I just got to take this piece out of here and be able to hook the other handle and take the quick connect off the other one. And I should be rocking and rolling. So let's see what happens. Hopefully I can get this one off of here. Has been on there for quite some time. So we'll see if we can get it off of here or not. Oh. Alright, looks like we're using the long hose because that one's just been, and I don't know, I'm gonna try one more time, see, just to see if there's that possibility I can get her loose. But she has been on there, like I said, a long time, so we'll just try it one more time. I don't have my vise anymore, so not like I can. Nope, she ain't coming up there. So that'll just be one more hose down. It's alright, we can use the 100-foot hose and make that happen. Hang on, I'm gonna show you that just a sec. Alright, here's the quick connect. Got to take it off there so I can hook it on the other hose. Now this one should come off pretty easy. Oh, I say should. There we go. So these quick connects are really handy, y'all, if you got to do any pressure washing. Very, very handy. So let's take her over here and put her on the pressure washer itself and see if we can't make that happen. Got to dodge all this wood that's sitting out here still. We only had so much room in the barn to put it. Nope. More pliers. That one's still pretty tight. There she goes. That was fairly simple. So at least now maybe we can get the rest of the pressure washing done. Took me quite a while to find that other hose. I tried to break apart that other one, and that was a real old one anyway, but I thought, well, if I can get the fitting off of it or get the hose off the handle, we should be rocking and rolling. And I forgot that I had brought the good handle into the barn to protect it. So this one should fit right in there, just like that. Now maybe I can get the rest of the pressure washing done and get the grease done. I am still gonna do some of the greasing on it today, so I will show you some of those. I found some of those cool spots I did find some of those cool spots that most people don't know about on these backhoes, you know, because they are not really hidden, just most people just don't see them, or either they just don't want to see them. I know I've dealt with a lot of guys like that just don't want to see them. So let's take this back over here, see if we can't get ourselves set up. I see a lot of the mud is falling off already this morning, just because it's warming up now beyond freezing. And it's actually pretty nice out here this morning. So you see I got the quick connects on this end too. That's my good handle. And I wanted to show you something that I thought was pretty cool with the mud on here. Look at this, y'all. There's a little bit of mud and water, you know, it all froze like that. So isn't that cool how it was up underneath that plate like that right there? I thought it was pretty unique. And it's more ice than it is mud at this point. And I still thought it was pretty cool. And as you can see, we still got our hose leaking, so we've got to take this hose off of here and go get the right fitting. This fitting is an aftermarket fitting, and it doesn't want to seal right here very well. So it's still leaking, and it's leaking out the top of here now, so it is what it is. I called some guys, my buddies over there at John Deere, and they said, yeah, you pretty much need the John Deere fitting for that. And I got looks like I can see the numbers on this one, and I think that's the exact same one right there, but that's what it needs to make this happen. So they told me I could just they could cut the fitting off and you know, put another fitting on if I just bring the hose over to them. So I'll be doing that here soon. I got to get a ride over there somehow, but we'll be doing that. But anyway, there's some of these grease fittings like down here, y'all. You know, a lot of people don't know about these down here, you know, because they kind of look like a bolt, and they're usually full of mud. So a lot of people don't know that they're even there. And then there's a couple other ones over here that I'm going to show you, like this one here on the frame. A lot of people don't realize that this one's here for a reason, for this chassis right here, and it's down on the side of the machine on your front axle, but the grease actually goes down inside there, and that's a pretty handy one. Now you got some of these like right here that are just, they get caked full of mud, and a lot of people just don't see them, you know, and they're just little simple stuff like that. So that's what we got to work on as soon as I get this thing washed up a little bit better. Everything else is pretty good shape. I've been getting a lot of the mud out of it. I still got a bunch down in here I got to get, and I got to hit the U-joints. So that's what I'm going to be working on today, is getting the rest of this washed out of here. See if I can't get some more of this taken out of here, because as you can see, it's just wedged in there at this point. Get right down in there. Look how big that chunk is. So I just got to get it cut up with a pressure washer. I really wanted to get the big one out, but the more I think about it, the more the big one just, that's just going to make a bigger mess out here. Like I said, the volume of water on that one, you know, it's 3,000 psi. The volume of water is a lot more, and it gets pretty nasty, so we're going to try to avoid that. I figure if I can just get most of the majority of it off, and like the two stabilization legs, get it off of those, get the one pad flipped back over, and a lot of that mud up underneath the chassis there. I think it'll be good to go for a little while, at least till it warms up a little bit more, and then I'll do some more on it. So let me get you set up here and change batteries, all that kind of good stuff. You know, it's GoPros, you know, they do that. So anyway, I'm gonna get you set up and we'll get to going to town, all right? See you in a minute. Look at that. Look at that big old chunk. One down. I like it a lot. Alright. Now if we can get this other one up out of here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that one to move yet or not. Well, some of it's coming loose. It's still pretty frozen in there, so. Yeah, she's still pretty frozen in there. This feels like ice. I'm gonna come around here to the other side and work on some more of this over here. This is a bloody muddy mess. Oh. This side been in the sun for a little while, so. Yeah, as you can see, it's coming off a lot easier. I can get it back over on this side a little bit here. That's what's making it so hard to get out, is it's all still frozen. Well, at least it is coming off. That's a good sign. Right over there. As you can see, it's spraying everywhere. Alright, gotta give my hand a break. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, well, I had to take a break. My hands were starting to hurt and getting frozen too, so I mean, it's about 40 degrees out here, so it's not horrible. If you're in the sun, it's pretty sweet. So what I'm going to do now is this mud is still frozen in the ice. So I'm going to have to turn this thing around and get it setting to where the back end is in the sun, because all that stuff up in the wheel wells, the big wheels in the back there, is just not coming out. And I figure this way it'll melt it down, melt the ice out of it, because that's what's happening is just big chunks of ice, you know, because of all the wetness. So it's ice mud chunks, you know, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna spin her around. We'll probably get to the other stuff tomorrow and work on the shop a little bit. Once I get the greasing done, I'm gonna take it over here and I'm gonna get the machine over there close to the shop, and this way I can move some stuff over there. Basically, I got a couple of big things that's got to be moved over there, and I want to go ahead and get stuff over there towards the shop, start taking everything out of it. So I'm going to be working on that tomorrow. Also got to put a light in there so I can see better, so I'll be doing that tomorrow as well. All right, so I guess we're going to call it a day for today, and we're going to get this thing spun around and get her lifted up on all four legs like before, or I guess 3 legs in this case, because that front bucket acts as 1 leg. So we're gonna get her up, spun around there, do that, get her way up in the air so I can get up underneath it, and this way I can also grease it tomorrow. So all right, until then, we'll see y'all tomorrow. All right, later.